Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck of
When we dry them up, too cold. Now go too deep, you know. Yeah, you have to watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that. Welcome to 2022 Jamaican Cooking Journey family. On today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, our very first video for 2022, and I want to pause here to say a blessed and prosperous new year to you all, and also a blessed and prosperous and special thanks, new year and special thanks to my patrons. So on today's episode of the Jamaican Cooking Journey, I'll be sharing with you a little cooked cabbage or fried up cabbage and ham. Now, as I did a live this morning, if you have not watched that, you can go and watch the live replay. As I told you, for the very first 2 weeks or week and a half in this new month, I won't be doing like roasting and all those sort of big slabs of meat and stuff. We'll be cooking down. Normally after the Christmas season, as from a little girl growing up in the country, my mother always cooked down. All the little left backs, we use them up and we try to get little, because we over that holiday season, we eat the whole heap of meat and rice and peas and macaroni and cheese. You know them, the works, alcohol and all of that. So we're going to be doing a little cooking down. So what I'm doing today is some fried up cabbage and ham. Now, there is a video that will be posted on the family channel. As you have seen, we had a ham. We were blessed to have a ham this year, and all who were blessed to have one, bless the Lord. So we had a pretty good amount of left back ham. So there's a video there that I showed you, I shared with you on my family channel, how I treat my left back ham. Okay, so now I have some here and I cut it in pieces like this. So we're going to be doing some cabbage and ham, fried up cabbage and ham. But very first thing, we're going to get our ham all fried up. Remember, this is cooked already, bacon, everything, but we're gonna get it fried up and all of that. I cut it in these sort of pieces because they are gonna fry and get down small. If you want to cook it smaller, cut it smaller, you can get our heat up to high and all of that. So what I'm gonna be doing with this now, I'm gonna be frying up this ham until it's sort of more like on the crispy side and all of that. So you need some relative high heat to do that. And we're going to be watching as we go along. Now, I'm going to be putting some carrot pieces. You could use julienne carrots. You could use some baby carrots. I'm going to be putting a little corn. Got a little green bell pepper. Got a tomato. I'll show you how I'll treat it. Got a little bit of a rough chopped garlic. Got here some green thyme, some scallions, of course, which is my preferred herbs. Gonna top it up with a little black pepper. Got here some chopped onions, yes. And I have there this, you all know this, but I chose to use it because the ingredients says it's natural, and the ingredients says salt, red bell pepper, black pepper, and garlic, no MSG, all natural. So I'm gonna use it up, and whatever. Debbie, that's on a Jamaican. No, I'm not Jamaican, but don't know Jamaica sitting there all over, other people play things there all over. So we're gonna use this to give it a little extra gig, maybe a little extra color and a little flavor. And I have here, this is not a Scotch bonnet, but it's a little Jamaican pepper and our very own cabbage. I have cut up my cabbage. I have washed it with some salt water and I've leave it to drain, and it has been draining, and you see how much water. So we don't really want to get our cabbage in there to get too much water going on. Mind you, you could use your little condiments of choice. This is just to show you, so you can twist and turn and do your thing. So as that is happening, you see that our ham over here, it's browning up, high heat and all of that. So we're gonna leave it until it gets a little crispy, a little crunch to it, and then we are gonna come back. Okay, you see we start browning up and all of that, and it smells so nice. And family, I did just put a small amount of oil, and you realize that my ham is lean, it wasn't a fatty ham. Okay, and you see what is happening. So it have a lot of grease. Now I'm gonna add my carrots right now, and I'm gonna, because the carrots right here is the truest of everything. we're gonna set up a nice little left back meal, you know. And you can have this when it's finished with hard-boiled food. You can have this with some bulgur. I would have this definitely with some bulgur. I honestly would, you know. So we're gonna leave our carrots to get sort of, you know, 3/4 of a way cooked in there. And then you must make sure at all time. So once the carrots are cooking in there, it is still brown enough, you know. So you don't want to wait until it's all the way browned up and crispy before you put in the carrot. No, because by the time you put in the carrot, we're going to start off with some little burning. So what you want to keep working it around in here as it continues to get crispy. Also, the carrots are cooking. So when the carrots are at that point, or we can return, we'll return and we'll show you what to do. Do it in a wide skillet so you can move yourself around and have yourself handling around. Pay some attention. I'll catch you in the next clip. Now it's time for our scallions. Scallions, of course, you know, with that whole heap of flavor there. Also, I'm gonna add a little garlic. Know when to add your garlic, because you don't want it burning. Also, I'm gonna add my sweet pepper or bell pepper, whatever you want to call it. So you're going to have this. We could just move it around a little because what is going to happen, we'll soon be ready to add our cabbage. The cabbage, you know, it's leafy vegetable. It's always wise to remove most of the water or liquid. Make sure your cabbage is not not tripping a lot of water, because this cabbage is gonna go down in there and we're going to stir it around with it. So whilst we stir it around and the heat catches the cabbage, it is gonna produce some juice, which is gonna help. And look at that, how pretty. Dad, you see that? Dad, have you said Happy New Year? Can you say that, please?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, blessings, Dad. So you see what is happening? It's getting crispy. The pot is getting all dried out. Now it's the time to add the cabbage, because you know the cabbage has some moisture. So we add the cabbage and keep it on the high heat, and we are gonna keep stirring it around in the next clip. Okay, now that we have added our cabbage, you see we have got to turn our heat back up to high. So what we're gonna do gently now, because this cabbage we have to turn our heat up to high. If you get your heat low, wow, skillet should be deeper, but be careful. Don't put them in your one food 9 New Year, yeah. What you're gonna do now, you don't want to get your heat too low, because if you get it too low, the cabbage is gonna get so soggy and start building water. I don't like a watery cabbage meal. I don't know, but if you like your cabbage with water in there, you can go along. And cabbage is something that is easily cooked, and I am showing you as I move it around and try to get everybody incorporated. You'll see that the cabbage are cooking, and you will also see that it's forming a little excess moisture in the bottom of the pot as we try to get everything together. Let's get all of this together timely, in a timely fashion, and you know our thing from the bottom and over, and you see that the cabbage, you see that the cabbage is breaking down. Okay, and now like that, let's continue this in the next clip. Look at this now, family. You see our cabbage is breaking down, or you see that? You see that? So you don't want to have your cabbage with a lot of water. And try not to cut your cabbage too big. You see the beauty? The cabbage is cooking. The cabbage is coming to come, right? With that nice flavor. The ham has this nice flavor. Just take your time, family. Do things in a timely fashion. This is a holiday left back meal. Things that we have leave back. You could do this with your roast beef. You could do it with your roast pork. You could do it with some jerk chicken, some roast chicken left back, and all of that. The cabbage is stirring and, you know, sort of cooking off in the ham. And this looks so beautiful. Now, I am going to now take this opportunity to add some of this thing. I want to know, so everybody know what it means. So if you don't want to use it and you want to use something else, do you? Let's go pull this thing and return. So this thing has salt in there. So we are go careful how we add it. I guess it will give it a little gig to what they say. So we just a small amount we add. We don't want to overpower it. I don't really know much about the taste of it. I thought I added it one time, and look at that. So look at that. You see? We have a minimal amount of liquid in there just to keep the cabbage moist and everything together. Yeah. Adding our little sweet corn right here. Yeah. Getting off some of our thyme leaves in there. You know, don't try to get too much of the big sprigs of thyme in there. No, don't do that. Fresh thyme, the fresher our green thyme, the better. Like we put a little more in there and return. Yes, a little bit of our chopped onions to give it a little, you know, a little extra flavor. We have flavored this thing, and as we put in all of these, you make sure you stir. You see what is happening? Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. No water, no in there, no run, because we don't want that cabbage soup thing going on. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. Look at it. Make sure you get everybody in all cooperated. Yeah, we don't want no water in there, you know. Yeah, this is so beautiful. Family, I can't wait to dig in, you know. So, taste to know. My ham wasn't salty. It was far from being salty. If your ham is salty, you might not need to add any salt. I'm not going to add any salt to this because that thing said that it had salt and black pepper. I came with black pepper, but I'm not going to add any black pepper because they say that thing adding black pepper. Flavors are here, kicking, popping. I'm going to turn my flame off. Catch you in the next clip. A few slices of this pepper. It's really not hot. It's more like seasoned. And what I'm going to do, I would never ever try to. I'm just going to garnish it with some tomatoes. The tomatoes should be more even redder, but I don't get the red ones this time. I didn't put the tomato to cook down because I know it would produce too much liquid. And we don't really want that for our stir-fried cabbage and ham. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach, it is my fried cabbage and ham. A little left back meal just for the new year, just to start the new year. Remember to make sure you use up your left backs and start the cooking down. We're starting the cooking down process now. You could have this in a tortilla. You could use it to whatever, like a tortilla, the wrap. Yeah, do what you want to do with it. Some white rice, whatever. You can have it with some bulgur. I would really have it with some bulgur. Some hard-boiled food, some mashed potatoes. If you want to have it with pasta, do your thing. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. Once more, from my kitchen to yours, please do enjoy. Remember, it goes the same in the description of this, and all my other videos and lives will be all the info to get on to me. And also, we still move into the new year with no hanky-panky. Remember to support. Remember to support my Patreon. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support. We'll catch you in another video or live.